Hey guys, Wages World here. September 1st, 2020, coming at you with a video. Guys, I haven't made a video in the past couple days because I've been getting ready to do some live streaming. I got my stuff set up now, I think. So hopefully tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight, but I ran out of time. So, maybe turn your notifications on or something, or just remember to come over and check it out. I hope to see you guys there. I think we'll be able to communicate a little bit better during all that. It's easier to do so. If you guys got questions, it's easier for me to answer them like that. All that kind of thing, right? I think it's going to be really good. I think I'll be able to do a lot more of that, and might be better for all of us. We'll see. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a lot of those. But for tonight, I'm just going to jump into some of this because we got a lot of space weather. Okay. Obviously, you see that right there, solar X-ray flux. We have been into a solar storm for the past couple days. And it's from a coronal hole, and it's been giving us fast solar wind, and it's been hitting us pretty decent. You see this right here? That's G level 1. Now I'm gonna show you guys tomorrow what each G level storm can do, and what conditions we can expect during that. And again, we'll go into that. That way, I can show you in detail what's going on with that, right? It's much more I can do there during a live than what I can on these edited things, because we try to keep them under a certain amount of time, and trying to rush through stuff, sometimes we miss it. And so I'm trying not to do that anymore, because I really want this stuff to get right, you know what I mean? But you can see how that we reacted there, and it's from that coronal hole. What coronal hole are you saying? Well, look, it's not even on there anymore, right? It's already rotated off. When a coronal hole opens up, it will send us charged particles, but it takes it 3 to 5 days to get here, much like a CME. So that coronal hole is gone, but here in the next day or so, we're going to start getting stuff from that one. And then even after that, this one down here. Remember, you got the equator of the sun, the Earth kind of sits here. So anything close to that, it's going to connect, and we're going to get charged particles sent our way. Remember, you got the sun and you got the Earth, and we're connected through an IMF line. So if this coronal hole right there was, say, right here, and let charged particles escape, those particles take this road to Earth. Okay? And the less dense ones, they still take the same road, but they're out like this. All right? That's how they get here, and that's what's going on. What I'm a little bit concerned right now because of this. It looks like they're back up now. You can see where it started to give you data again right there. Maybe I can zoom in. You see the little red dot, and you see the little yellow. It's just now giving data again. But that was down for 2, 4, 6, 8 hours, guys. That's not normal. All right? It's not a normal thing to do. Alright guys, this is a Schumann, and this is going to be important to look at right now, okay? Because I know this is going to look all crazy, but I know what some of this is, alright? Yesterday when this happened, we got hit with solar weather, that solar wind stream, right? Well, these detectors were on the side that was facing the sun when it hit. So that's why you get this funky looking signature, okay? It was repetitive down to it was very precise, and it was repetitive for hours, like 6 hours. We all know when that happens, that's not a natural event, okay? That's the tool screwing up. How do I know that? Because you see this black line? That's a no data signature. That means they shut it off, turned it back on, and right after they turned it back on, look what happened. Right back to normal stuff, okay? So it got hit with some good solar wind, caused the tool to screw up, they reset it, and right back to normal. That does prove that we were getting solar wind. But then you get all this stuff, right? A lot of short duration spikes, okay? But there are spikes we could get, like I said, bringing in your ears, headaches, CMEs and solar flares, and, solar wind can cause headaches too, guys. It all changes frequency, and frequency touches everything. So if it's going to move this, it can move us. Just so you know. But look at this, guys. It's doing it again. What's that mean? it means that it got hit right there, and it needs to be reset. Haven't been reset yet. I don't know why. Maybe they're still getting some pretty intense stuff over there. Don't know. It could be at the wrong time where nobody's there to be able to reset it. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that that's what that is. Okay? Nothing more than that. Alright guys, we got the geoelectric field model. It's the effects of solar wind on our electrical grid, like I show you all the time. You're going to see this thing taking some pretty good hits. Okay? It actually was a little bit more intense yesterday. But remember I just showed you the thing there on the Schumann? Remember, the United States right now, as I'm making this, is on the dark side. So whatever's happening on the other side, the sun side of the planet, it's getting hit harder. So that might be why the Schumann's taking that kind of a hit right now. It probably is, just to be honest. See that green peak in there? It peaked in right up there. But yeah, so that's pretty intense stuff, guys, okay? It's not like purple and reds and stuff. We're not losing anything like that. We have been seeing internet and phone outages and stuff. Matter of fact, the reply I got on the comment section, I asked you guys to let me know if you guys were experiencing that too. And I got like over 50 comments, and it was, people from Turkey, China, Australia, UK, Scotland, Africa, South America, globally, guys. People from Hawaii. So, yes, that was a global thing. So, just know that that's actually what's going on. Now, is it catastrophic? No. But this is a real event. All right? Okay, guys, I'm going to show you exactly how active the sun is right now. And I think it's going to, really put some stuff in perspective for people. Okay? This is back on the 27th. This is LASCO C2. Now, I've already put this one in a video. Remember, I showed you guys this one, and then we had, in my last video, and we got that sun diver right there. Okay? So, you're seeing CMEs blowing off both sides of the sun also. That's 2 CMEs right there. And they're significant. Okay? Those are decent-sized CMEs. Now, I don't think any of it was coming at us. We got kind of lucky on that end of it. But check this out. Okay, the next day, we get 2 hours of data, and then this went down. That's all we got. Again, that was a third CME. Matter of fact, I think that was the filament release. One of them. And then we go to the 29th. We get only 2 hours on the 28th. We get to the 29th. This gives us no data at all. Zero. Why? Because it was probably getting into the solar wind that was hitting the planet, okay? This is out in front of us. This satellite's right in front of us looking at the sun. It's about 1 million miles closer to the sun than what we are. All right? So that means it's basically experiencing the same solar conditions as we are, it just doesn't have the protection of the magnetosphere. So sometimes these satellites will go into safe mode, or sometimes they'll shut them off on purpose. I mean, we know they do that anyway to try to not let us see stuff. They'll doctor stuff here and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we've talked about that so much. We know that it happens. It's almost hard just to not even think that it doesn't happen all the time. But it most certainly does, right here, this could be that solar wind because there is absolutely no data. All right? So we go to the next day, on the 30th, nothing again. That's on LASCO C2. Now, I went over there to check it out on SDO and stuff. SDO was still giving some data, but some of them were. It was really strange. But then on the 31st, we started getting data again. Okay, and as soon as we see the data, what do we see? We get the CME that blows off right here, and that was a big filament release, and I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay. But I would encourage you guys to go over to Scott's channel, Next News, and check that out because he actually ran that through his software, and right in there, man, wow, that's all I can say. Again, those observations just flat out speak for themselves. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, here's the first, right? And what you're seeing, guys, you're not seeing a whole lot of anything today. But there is a lot of little stuff here. Okay, some of it did pop off the sun, but it was coming right at us. You see the occulter disc there? Anything that's behind that, we can't see it because it's coming right at us. Or it would be going off the back of the sun. And nothing's going off the back right now. At least not that day. So we go to this one, which is the most up-to-date one. Look what's going on here. There is a CME, and this is a significant one, blowing off the sun right there. Okay? Now I'm going to take you guys over to the Cme Tracker here in a minute because we got one that's going to hit us. Okay? And we need to talk about it. Alright guys, this is over at Stereo A. I'm going to show you a couple of these real quick. But, listen, look at this. This is crazy looking. And what I'm talking about is, are you seeing these little objects? I know they're background stars, or supposed to be background stars. But I'm not sold on that one this time. I don't know. You're seeing some stuff, right? See that right there inside that one? But this one here, especially. Okay? Now, I wouldn't even really be talking about that too awful much, but you can see this, how it almost comes out of the background and goes forward like that, right? At that angle. Typically, background stars on this tool are traveling straight. Okay, they might be at a slight angle, they might go up a little, but not like that. That's pretty steep. But the other thing that kind of had me looking at this was, why is it bright on this side? The sun's over here. Why are we seeing it do that? And that one there got bright enough right here that the tool itself tried to black it out with a gray box. So, I don't know what's going on there. If you look at this thing as a whole, it does look like it might be having a little glitch out problem, and it could be from that solar wind. So, I mean, that definitely could be the problem here. But to see that like that, and it come out of the background, and then like that, it was just really strange. It's an awful big object, too. Usually the stars on here, guys, you've seen them. They're like little dots. I mean, you can go over here and look, and they're not, you're not going to be able to see it on the red one. Never do. So pixelated, but that's just an observation, guys. That's all that was. We'll go to the next one here on the 991. I don't think we got any data for the second yet, but you can see here where that thing blew off here. You can kind of see where that CME. It's hard to see, I will say that. But you got to see it kind of wave that way. Watch. Probably can't even see it. I don't want to waste my time doing that. But you can see that, right? And this is the side view. Okay? Remember, Earth's over here and this satellite's over here. Okay? Okay, guys, I got you over here at the Cme Tracker. Now, the first thing, remember I was showing you guys this before, and what we seen was it reverted back to a month ago. Remember? We had all that stuff going on, then all of a sudden this went back a month, and we didn't get to see anything. This thing only shows a CME. It will only show anything. It only updates when it sees a CME. So for it to see something and then revert to a month ago, and they had just showed us data from 2 weeks ago, it went back further than what it had already shown us. It was nuts. So it was really strange. Nothing was on that one either. There wasn't anything showing on that one. But this CME right here, we are. It looks as though we're going to take a glancing blow from this one. Okay? And again, we said that before, and it didn't hit us at all. And we said that before, and we took it right on the chin. So, there's no definite in this right now. Okay? I have to say that because, I used to trust this thing like really, really good. And it is, for the most part, pretty reliable about when this stuff is going to happen. And if it does show you getting hit, usually you do. But it seems as though lately that it just doesn't, it's not as accurate as it used to be. So that's just where I'm at with that. So how do we know when this started and all that? Well, if you look at the timestamp, it's seen it on the 1st. Okay? So this just happened. And we'll go down here and we'll take a look at it. This is the top-down view, and you see how it spreads out like buckshot. See that? Now you're going to see some of the energy go off to the left there. The main circle part of it, or the actual, what I would consider CME end of it, is that black circle right there. Okay? So that's the top-down version, and you can see how that secondary, or that little green energy, does clip us. Okay? Now if we go to the side view, same thing. Now what I want to point out here is, watch this CME as it gets here. Watch the colors. See that? That sucker is intense. Okay? Right there in the middle, that's pretty intense. That's as high as it gets as far as the colors that it shows you. Alright? Now this one over here is really the one that really tells the story the best. And that's our orbital line. Okay? Here's the sun. Here's the Earth's orbital line. Well, they take that line and they stretch it out into a straight line. Okay? And that's what you're looking at here. So what we're looking at is the distortion. And the yellow ball there is Earth. The red square is stereo A. So you can see how stereo A gets hit, we get hit. Okay? And it's not a big direct hit on us, just a glancing blow. But if we're getting solar wind at the same time, increased solar wind at the same time that thing arrives, which it looks like it's going to arrive. Let's see if we can't catch a date. Like on the 4th, maybe early on the 5th. We'll just have to wait and see. But again, that thing ain't never exactly dead on. Sometimes it's real close. Okay, I'll give it that. The time frame of this is actually, this one here usually does a pretty decent job. But right now, you know, I'm not saying that about anything. So, but this one here, yes. So if we're still getting increased solar wind at the time this thing hits us, yeah, we need to be paying attention. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you this right here on SDO. This is back on the 31st, and this is where that filament released. Okay, if this thing had been coming right at us, it could have been bad news. It's the biggest filament release I've seen so far. At least this solar cycle, even in the past year or two, for me. And yes, it was Earth facing, but I'm not sure I think it kind of got shot off towards like stereo A. But we'll have to wait and see. The Cme Tracker ain't showing it, but, you know. So I'm going to grab it. And what I want you guys to do here is just kind of pay attention right in here, this area. You've probably already seen this on other channels. Like I said, guys, I was really hoping to do a video yesterday or even the day before that, and I just couldn't. But anyway, watch right in that area. Now, as you're watching this thing back here kind of go from this to down this way, this in here is reacting at the same time also. So just watch that area. You know what? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put that back there and I'm going to hit play and I'm going to zoom in. That way you guys get a better idea. Okay, here we go. It's coming. See that? I mean, I know it's not much on this one. I'll show it to you again here in a second. Let's go ahead and I'll bring it back here, push play again. We'll look at it one more time right here. And then I'll take you over to the 304 and we'll look at it there, because you can see it really plain on that one. Now see, like again, this is why we show you different angstroms, because different ones show other things better. But before we do that, I'll take you to this right here. This is the most up-to-date one. This is what we're seeing right now. And again, watch this area over here. That's the CME that I just seen blow off. And you seeing that? Look at that. Wham. I mean, that sucker it's moving. It seems as though, even look at the other end of the sun. Even watch down here, up here, even over here, guys. I mean, the sun is just getting active, guys, and you know, is this something we weren't expecting? I wasn't expecting it to happen this fast, which is why I've been talking about the uptick. You know what I mean? But yeah, so we got multiple different parts of the sun reacting right now, in here and down here, especially a little bit over here. So watch. Especially watch over here. That plasma leaves, okay? It does not come back to the sun. It's gone. See that? So yeah. So let me take you over here and show you the 304. And this is the one that's going to show you that filament. And it shows it pretty impressive too, I have to say. It is. Again, you're going to want to look right in here. Wham. You guys see that? I'm going to rock it back and forth. Look right there. Okay? And you're going to see it reacting down here, down here. I mean, it really is a large filament going. See that? Now, I want to put this right here. I want to slow this down, and I'm going to hit play. That way we can all, you know, look at this thing in a better way. So I'm going to hit apply there. I wonder how long. Okay, yeah, it took off pretty quick, like good. So I'm going to hit play, and I'm going to zoom in. Watch. It's coming, guys, I promise. There it goes. Look at that thing. Wham! I mean, that was just, yeah, awesome, but dangerous all at the same time, right? And do it again here. Man, I mean, we don't see those very often like that. At least we haven't, okay? We've all seen them before. You know, you can go on the internet and look for images. You're going to see stuff like that a lot, actually. You know, when the sun gets in the more active areas of time. But watch this thing, okay? And what's even more impressive, like I said, it happens right there, but it's also going around the whole side of that sun. Look at that. The whole side of the sun's reacting. And, you know, even over here, okay? You can see it, a subsidiary, little secondary CME happening. So let's take a look at the 304 most recent, which is this right here. And as you can tell, you can see a pretty big filament right up there just kind of dancing around. Let me grab the sidebar. It looks like that thing left. Yep, that's that CME. Watch this. Look. You see that right there? Remember we've been talking about solar vortexes? This thing is like real tight spinning. Watch. See that? That most definitely was yeah, I mean, that it definitely was spinning, I'll tell you that. I mean, here it goes. Now, I know you've seen that big bright flash, and yes, I don't know what happened there, guys, and we're going to look at that real quick because it is actually kind of concerning to me. I just don't know what caused it, and we'll take a look at it here, though. I can grab the stupid slide bar. Okay. Now, it wasn't so much just the flash that bugged me, but if you watch a couple captures before, you could see it get hazy all around the edge and it looks like it moves, like the satellite moved a little bit. Okay, that could be from solar wind, but with that big bright flash, okay, you see that? Now, what is causing that? Because it most definitely is not going to the whole edge of the screen with all that. You can see it. So whatever this is, yeah, it's almost like something flew in front of the satellite, and it had, you know, kind of made it, maybe bumped it, I guess. So we go from that. Okay, you got that. Then it goes to normal for a second. Not quite normal, but almost. And then boom, that. Complete whiteout. Remember, no data on this thing is black, not white. Goes to that, to that. And it wasn't just the 304. Okay? The 171 did it too. But watch it, you know, like I said, that little haze it did. So yeah, but I just wanted to show that to you guys. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, guys, but I am going to do a live stream tomorrow. So hopefully you guys will turn your notifications on. We're going to dive in deep. It'll probably be about an hour, a little longer than an hour live stream. Hopefully you guys will at least stop by and see what's going on. So yeah, turn those notifications on. Check it out. God bless. Yahushua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.